Hi, this is Nessa from Nessa's Hair Extensions at 684 King Street West in Kitchener. This video today is specifically for my clients who have come into the store and gotten their weave put in. I get asked all the time, how do I remove the weave that you've put in? And so this video is really for you. So, and I'm going to be demonstrating on this this doll head, of course. Now these braids are nice and tight, so when you're ready to take your weave out, whether they be a full head weave or single rows, just be a little bit careful because of course it's going to be, if you've reached the appropriate time, it's going to be looser, right? So it's not going to be as sturdy in the way I take this out. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do, whether this is a full head weave or a single rose, if it's full head weave and you have any of your natural hair out, you're going to want to tie that up so that it is out of the way and that you can see clearly. I really, really, really do recommend having somebody assist you with this. It is simply because of the way I do my weaves and the technique that I use. You don't want to cut your own hair out. Okay, that's a biggie. So things you're going to need. You've got two options really. You can use a pair of scissors, which most people do have. If you have a blade of some sort though, like a shaving blade, I'm going to be using one of these cutters as well. And, you know, get these things from the dollar store, hardware store as well. But you can see it's really just a sharp blade as well. Now, golden rule, whenever you are taking out one of my weaves that I've done, never start from the corners or from where I've ended the weave. Those knots are going to be super tight, and and because the thread I use is a thin nylon thread, it's going to be very, very tight and compact and hard to see. So the last thing you want to do is try to start from here and then end up cutting off some of your braid because it was too tight and you couldn't see. Okay, so I'm sorry about this lighting here. But what you're going to want to do is, this is of course the beginning of the track and going all the way around, of course. You are going to want to start, I normally start anywhere around the back or in the middle, but just as long as you're not starting there. So what we're going to do is you're going to look really, really closely. Like I said, my thread is very thin, right? So you can start off with the scissors, or you can start off with your knife there. I'm going to start off with the knife just because I find it's a little bit easier. Now I'm looking really closely, or the person who's taking your hair out should look really closely. And there's the thread. So I'm just going to snip that thread. And with this, I'm going to find the other one and I'm going to pull that out. Be really, really careful here. Okay, so I've done that with my knife here, but let's say you didn't have that. What you would need to do is on another part, let's say you're just starting out there again, you're going to need to loop your scissors underneath that thread. And I'm sorry the camera's a little fuzzy or out of focus. And that's still not going into focus, sorry. But I've got my thread here, and you're going to snip that. And you're going to go along the weave in itself. You're going to look really closely along the weave in itself, and you're just going to try to get as much thread as you can and snip those bits. Okay, now as you're going along, you're going to find that it's becoming looser, so it's coming away from the braid. Once it's coming away from the braid, you are able to then take the hair and pull on it a little bit more. As you're pulling on it, more of the thread is going to become visible. Okay? Now once the thread is visible, you simply go into the weave and you just snip it all across. Okay. Now, when you get to the knotted area, I really, really would recommend using a razor of some sort, but if you don't have that, be very careful with your scissors. Okay, so I've got my weave off, as we can see, and it's still pretty much on there. So what you're going to want to do, if you've got your scissors, I'm going to turn this way. Okay, you're going to look, and I don't know if you could see that. It's very difficult to see. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Right, but what I see here is the part of the thread where my knot is coming in. So I'm just going to snip that. Okay, and the way I've designed my, and it's out basically. Okay, so, and that is the weft removed. So the way I've actually, developed my technique is that once the one thread is snipped, it's very easy to remove. So really having a nice safe way to remove the hair without causing any damage. But you have to look really close to find that. So that's why I say have somebody help you that they can physically look and see where that knot is. Otherwise, or that one little piece of thread, otherwise it's going to be really, really difficult. Now, if you are having a full head weave, you're going to find that once you kind of get to the corners and you do that, then it's all going to come out really, really easily for you. If you're having single rows, what you're going to find is at the back, you're going to have this this big ball of thread. Not ball of thread, sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's like a really, really tight hair tie of thread. And normally I use the nylon thread, so it's really tight and very, very sturdy. For this, you can use your scissors, but I would totally, totally recommend a knife. So firstly, I'm going to go with the knife. What you're going to want to do, I'm sorry this is so out of focus. Okay. Again, you can hardly see where the thread is, but if you've got your person helping you, you're going to want to go not from top to bottom, but you're going to go from bottom to top. Okay, really, if you're using a knife or something like this, be really, really careful you're not putting a lot of pressure on the thread, because that's not cool if you're like, psh, stabbing in the head. That is very, very dangerous, so please be very, very careful. If you are not comfortable using a knife, use scissors. Safety is most important, or call me. Okay, so with your knife or with your blade, if anything, you're going to want to go under, and you're going to get the first little piece of thread that you see, and you're going to slowly push it under there and there and pull it up. Now you can see that the thread is going to start to want to unravel a little bit. I'm sorry if you can't see that. Okay, because it's like a hair tie or an elastic. Once you, as tight as it is once you cut it, it's going to start to want to unravel. So you can see a little bit of the thread there starting to unravel. Okay, but it's still going to be fairly tight, so you're going to want to get your, oh, you know what, I'll use scissors this time just to show you what I mean. Okay, with the scissors, you're going to have to be really, really careful and try to loop the scissors underneath the thread somehow. Okay, and cut. Right, and once it's there, you're okay. Now, once you get to the top, there is more knots. Yay! You're probably like, I'm so sick of knots. There are more knots. So when you get to the top, again, be very careful. Try to loop your scissors under the thread and pull. Okay, once it feels loose enough, you can physically pull the braid out, and then you get the other side, and then you can proceed to start to remove your cornrows. Right, so I hope you enjoyed the video, or I hope it's helpful, and just for my clients out there, don't worry. If in doubt, give me a call. I will help you through it step by step. All right, that's it for me. Bye.